All right, 6 o'clock, I'm going to call this meeting to order. All members are accounted for besides Luke, he's not able to make it tonight. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I got no changes to the agenda. Jeff, you have anything?
No.
I would look for a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Jolyn on the motion,
I will second.
Pete on the second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries. Scheduled presenters, that would be myself. And I am going to give Jeff's end of the year evaluation. The board went into a closed session on June 23rd to discuss the performance goals of the superintendent that were set last summer. I will be honest that I basically am summarizing what our mid-year evaluation was, because nothing's really changed on our thoughts. Performance goal number 1, Cannon Falls School District will hire and retain highly qualified staff throughout the district. I'm going to list the years of employment in Cannon Falls by our teachers at the end of the year, fiscal year 25. 30 plus years, we have 5 educators. 25 to 29 years, we have 8. 20 to 24 years, we have 9. 15 to 19, we have 8. 10 to 14, we have 14. 5 to 9, we have 17. And 1 to 4, we have 19. Average teacher seniority is just above 13 years. The board feels these numbers speak for themselves, even during the financial challenges that Cannon Falls area school faces. Jeff has been able to overcome this and still make Cannon Falls area schools an attractive place to work. Performance goal number 2, district facilities belong to our community. We want to create spaces and systems that can be used by the community outside of the school day. Jeff has done a good job of making this happen. Our school continues to host many events and activities. The public's accessibility and awareness of facility use has continued to improve because of the increased FOB access in this facility scheduler app. Performance goal 3, district will be a responsible steward of the federal, state, and local funds, affording us to successfully operate the district. We continue to believe that this is Jeff's greatest strength. Not only is he looking out for Cannon Falls area schools, but he's also advocating for schools all across our state. Jeff is in constant communication with our state representatives and legislators about school funding, often attending seminars and being involved with many discussions and presentations. During his tenure, the district has had to continue making cuts in excess of over $1 million in order to keep a positive budget. Jeff has done this in a responsible manner with the least amount of impact possible to our kids and staff. In summary, we as a board believe that Jeff is meeting and exceeding these goals that were set, and we are satisfied with him as our superintendent and CEO of District 252. And one more also thing that I'll add is we did ask him to start making more of a presence down in the elementary, in which he has been working down there at least a day a week, and also going above and beyond for that is community ed is down there 1 day a week. So just wanted to add that. All of you could please sign this. All right, thank you. All right, we're going to move on to committee reports. We don't have our school board or our student representative here, so anyone have anything that they'd like to share?
I had a couple GCD meetings.
honestly, one of the biggest things that we have been discussing in our GCED meetings is the matter of finances. Just like all of us, all of our schools and all of our in Bethune County struggling financially and trying to be creative and come up with plans and stuff like that. GCED, which we all funnel into, is also struggling as well. And that's something that we fund and we take care of and everything like that. So it's just getting creative and coming up with ideas, and just like all the schools are doing around us as well. So otherwise, I was there for the Cannon Falls Ed Foundation meeting. They were addressing new roles and program committees and president, et cetera, going on from there, moving forward to the new season here. They're getting ready for Bomber Days, which will be September 2nd and 3rd, have a table set up with information. And then they'll have their Poker Social coming up, which will be September 20th, which is an excellent date night and a great way to get back to the community and the schools. So.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else have anything they'd like to share?
I was not able to make the meeting, but the MSBA policy meeting happened on the 15th, and it looked like a bunch of standard protocol things that were changed by MSBA.
Yep. A lot of policies.
A lot of policies, taking a comma out, adding a comma, adding
Yes.
a number, yeah, was the majority of it when I looked through it all.
Okay. And I'll just add, for negotiations, we just had our second meeting here today. Things are going very positive. It's been a very respectful conversations, and I have a good feeling that hopefully we can have that resolved sometime soon. So, but things are going very, very well. So, no one else has anything else. We will move on to administrative board reports. Neither Tim or Stephen are here. We will go on to Reed. You got anything you'd like to add?
I'd just like to highlight from my report is this Thursday is our fall pack meeting for those interested in fall activities and fall musical. It is a week earlier than what we traditionally do, but with the new software platform of Arbiter purchasing all of our school platforms that we use, we just wanted to give one more week to everybody to kind of work through the kinks of that registration, and also Tammy clearing them on the back end. So that's the reason why. We'll start in the odd at 6, and then we'll have our breakout sessions probably starting about 6:15 with fall coaches and fall musical director.
All right. Thank you, Reed. Any other questions for him at all? Let's see, Stephen's not here for the head and maintenance, but I did just want to say, I forgot to do this last meeting, and I know this seems a while ago, but I just want to give out a shout out to Stephen and his crew for the graduation ceremony. They all did an absolute great job, especially with what budgets we have to work with and whatever else. They really did a great job, and also a shout out to LTOS for getting us some plants there for that. So I wanted to make sure I forgot about that last meeting, so my apologies for that. But, all right, move on to Soup's report.
I got really nothing other than what's on the action items in my report. We can talk through those as we go through.
All right. Public input. Anyone have anything that they'd like to share with the board? All right, public input is closed. Consideration to approve the finance report. Josh?
Yeah. So we get the cash flow worksheet there. Well, at the top would be the current bank balance. Reminder that some of that funds are the dollars that came in for the roof project and tennis court. And as you kind of funnel down the sheet, you'll see where we have estimated times of payment for those. The large amount of outstanding checks as the time of putting this together had paid at the debt service, which is due August 1st. The interest-only payment for that is about $300,000. Also, you're starting to see now the renewals for the next fiscal year. A lot of things come due July 1st, so The largest one being in there, our property insurance renewal of about $240,000. So a lot of payments start to go out the door in the start of the new fiscal year. That part of the books opened up. So you see the cash balance decline. Remember, cash balance is quite different than fund balance. But other than that, not a whole lot of exciting news that goes through there. I guess the one big thing would be you'll see ideas payments. The 730 is rather low at $56,000. That's kind of the end or cleanup of the prior fiscal year. August 15th is when the state starts to release the new fiscal year dollars, so we get a little bit of increase there. Also, because of the time when property tax funds come in, that's again another reason for the larger cash balance to start with is the first half of property tax payments come in from the counties, and the idea is usually to start to meter out or lower their payments as those come in. But nothing real exciting there, but if there's anything you have questions on, I can surely answer.
Any questions for Josh at all? If not, I'd look for a motion to approve the finance report.
I'll make a motion.
Pete on the motion,
I'll second.
Rondi on the second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda. Items under the consent agenda are considered routine and will be enacted under one motion. In the event a board member wants to discuss any item, it will be removed from the consent agenda for separate action. Jeff, can you read the resolution for the acceptance of gifts, please?
Yes. For their donations for this month, we have $1,912.66 from the Ed Foundation for flexible seating for special education in Miss Franson's 6th through 12th grade classes. $2,239 from the Ed Foundation for flexible seating in Spanish for Miss Crago Fall 9th through 12th grade Spanish classes. $7,644 from the Ed Foundation for 3D printers as a remaining balance from the silent auction. I believe those are going into the high school as well. $250 from the Cannon Valley Fair for a donation for robotics. $500 from BTD for a donation for robotics. $1,000 from the Diamond Club donation for 2026 baseball camp in Florida. And $50 from Ann May for a donation for FFA. And we do thank you all for your generous donations this month.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
All right, do any of you want any of these items pulled out separately? If not, I will look for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Make motion.
Jolyn on the motion,
I'll second.
Jody on the second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries. All right, move on to action items. Consideration to set the 25-26 superintendent goals. All right, last meeting we went into a closed session. This was one of the items that we did discuss. So I will take and hand this around. You just grab one. If you want to read over those, that's kind of what we took from that meeting. And if there's anything that you'd like to add or change, let me know. Else I will read them out loud once you guys all have a chance to read them. Is there anything anyone else would like to add or any kind of input? These look satisfactory.
I think good.
All right. So performance goal number 1, Continue to promote the school district through communication and presence among the staff, students, and entire community. Include information about building access and event scheduler app, fobs, and QR codes. Performance Goal 2, develop a plan that will monitor the needs of the community and allow the school district to expand in the area of early learning and childcare as Cannon Falls grows. Performance Goal 3, continue to be a responsible steward of the budget. And those are going to be our 3 goals for you next year, Jeff.
Okay.
So I would look for a motion to approve the 25-26 superintendent goals.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Jody on the motion, Pete on the second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Moving on, number 2, consideration to approve policy 208, 25 to 26 annual policies and legal requirements, 2025 to 26 mandatory policies, and the 2025 legislative session ISD model policy updates and June 2025 updates.
These are the policies that Jody was talking about earlier. The updated ones from the legislative session are obviously not every year, it depends on what the legislature has, but the rest of them are annual policies that we have to give approval for the school district to function. I do recommend approval on this action item to take care of those policies.
Much for any changes to
Just a bunch of
make
comments.
awareness of
Yeah.
or anything like that?
No, not really. It wasn't too,
I just thought some of it was pending legislature
Hmm.
too.
yep. And MSBA does a good job of keeping us updated on what we should have in our policies.
Mhm.
And that's why we paid for the service for that.
Sure.
We'll make a motion.
Joanne on the motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Rondi on the second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consideration to approve the 2025-26 resolution directing the administration to make recommendations for reductions in programs and positions and reasons therefore.
The reason for this action is normally this takes place in December or January on an annual basis. This year, I think it's important that we let the district residents know exactly what we will be cutting prior to the vote. So with tonight, the passing of that resolution leads us into bringing back a number in August that we feel is good for the following budget, and obviously some of that, generally when we put the budget together, we're pretty narrow on it. We're gonna have to be a little bit wider in what we're thinking, because there's a lot of unknowns yet this time of year. But we will make our best educated guess on what we would need to cut going into the following year if the referendum does fail. And so we would bring that number back for your approval in August. Once we have that number, we would fit actual cuts within that to bring back in September so that we can start promoting this is what will be cut. And we will have the board cut that actually in September. And so that we have to do nothing after the vote because the public will know up front this is what's going to be cut going into the vote. So that is clear.
All right, any other questions on that? And this is a resolution. So
Yeah.
I will look for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll second.
we have five resolutions.
Rondi on the motion. Was Pete?
Yeah.
Pete on the second.
Scroll.
Just this area.
What's that?
Yep.
Be it resolved by the school board of Independent School District number 252 as follows. that the school board hereby directs the superintendent of schools and administration to consider the discontinuance of programs or positions to effectuate economies in the school district and reduce expenditures, and as a result of a reduction in enrollment, make recommendations to the school board for the discontinuance of programs, curtailment of programs, discontinuance of positions, or curtailment of positions. The motion for the adoption for foregoing resolution was duly seconded. Well, we'll move forward with that. I need a yes or no vote. Rondi?
Yes.
Jody?
Yes.
Pete?
Yes.
Anthony?
Yes.
And myself is a yes.
All right, moving on. Consideration to approve the 25-26 fall coaching list. Reed, do you have anything you want to add to that?
A few changes for under varsity levels. Just wanted to highlight new boys head soccer coach Dan Shuck and new fall musical director Anna Broering. Other than that, we are pretty consistent from last year.
Consistency is key.
Absolutely.
All right, anyone have any questions for Reed at all on that? If not, I would look for a motion to approve the 2025-26 fall coaching list.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Jody on the motion, Jolynn on the second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consideration to approve the 2025-26 fundraisers. Reed, is that gonna be you too?
Yep. Pretty consistent here with what we have from last year to turned over. What is bold there just signifies those are the advisors or coaches that got back to me and confirmed of those changes. So I don't see any other additional changes or additions here at this point. Recommend approval.
And we only do this once a year, is that correct?
Yes. I do think it would be a little more efficient if we could, I understand the reasoning for why we need to do fall right now. If we could do winter and spring at a second date, we might be able to get things cleaned up a little bit better. But I also
So
understand.
why do we do it this way?
Huh?
Why do we do it this way?
I don't have a really good answer for you there.
Do you have a good answer?
Just for
My first
overlapping.
answer would be that we've been doing it since Jesus was a baby. But I don't have a good answer.
Well, I'm good at changing things.
Yes, we can certainly change it.
I mean, is it just for preventing overlapping and so everybody's aware what everyone's doing? I mean, is it just kind of more of a
That could be-
communication purpose?
Part of the reason.
Is
Like
it,
2 years ago, we had two programs doing the same fundraiser.
Mhm.
One at the booster level.
I think we have
And
about
one at
4 or
that
5
too.
of them doing the same fundraiser still, so I don't know why it matters.
Right, and I'll just say that those two programs that were doing it at the exact same time really didn't impact anybody, and they were both successful fundraisers, so.
I guess, I mean, I can only speak for myself, I guess, but I guess if there's any other program that wants to bring something at some point, have them bring it.
Okay.
So, this takes a couple minutes to go over, so it's no big deal.
Perfect.
Yeah.
yep. Agreed.
All right, any other questions for Reed on that? If not, I'd look for a motion to approve the 2025 to 26 fundraisers.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Rondi on the motion, Jolynn on the second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consideration to approve the community use of school facilities and equipment rental agreement. Read it, go again.
Yep, just a couple highlights here that I just wanted to, if you could keep going, boss. Yeah, right there is good. Before, the major change that we have here is we previously had a Class 2A and a Class 2B. And the 2A was Cannon Falls nonprofit, and 2B was just nonprofit. So we've gone away from that, and anybody that's affiliated with Cannon Falls, they're in a Class 2. Anybody that is not affiliated with Cannon Falls becomes a Class 3. And the other highlight change that went, I would say consistently with this, went to our facility rentals dollar amounts. And when we lost 2 indoor rentals from last year because of our pricing, part of that had to do whether they were for-profit with Canon, without Canon, ties to that, and also obviously the prices that were attached to that. So we did go ahead and we made some changes, and we did do some increase to our gym usage, and that is down, yep, right there. And then the custodial rate was increased, hourly rate for that cleanup as well was added in there. The one change, if you notice from your red line, keep going where it talks about auditorium, up a little bit, please. Right there, right in the middle, Performing Arts Center. We did go back to 2 years ago and we changed that. I don't know if you noticed that on the red line, that it was a lesser amount than now the 200. I'm looking at column 3 here, not affiliated with Cannon Falls, at the 200 and the 230, because we did have an event for this whole weekend, this last year, pay that amount because they had booked so early based off the previous rental agreement. So we changed that to keep that rather than going back to the lesser amount. So those are the big highlighted changes here.
Let's hope they don't watch this meeting.
From what they tell us, that they are very happy to use our facility based off of what they'd be paying in the metro.
Perfect.
Yeah. And you said earlier that we lost 2, is that due, did they go somewhere else outside, or are they just not doing their activities anymore?
We had one group that was using, or looking to do AAU basketball here that was for profit, that was not interested in our rate. And then we had another vendor, craft show, for profit, not affiliated, and they were very open that they were for profit, wanted to use our field house, and they were not interested in our rate or per vendor fee. So they went elsewhere.
Okay.
Those were the 2.
I think over the last few years, it's been tinkering with the rates to try to figure out what is,
Sweet spot.
where is
Yep.
the
Right.
sweet spot. We want our facilities to be used all the time, but we also want to be compensated correctly and make sure we're not, especially not going backwards with our custodians that we need to use and anything else for supplies. So I do like cleaning this up and getting rid of that 2A, 2B, and this makes it a lot easier and simpler for people to
If you're
understand.
affiliated with Cannon Falls, you're gonna be in 2.
Right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Did they give any feedback on what they were looking at for price? Or
No, it was one of, for both those instances, once
Yeah.
we shared them what it was
Okay.
end of communication.
No, I appreciate that we look around, we pay attention to what the metro's doing, we pay attention to schools in our area and pick a price that's appropriate, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions on that? If not, I would look for a motion to approve the community use of school facilities and equipment rental agreement.
I'll make a motion.
Pete on the motion,
I'll second.
Jody on the second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries. Consideration to approve the resolution approving School District 6051 GCED's LTFM 10-year plan with the expenditure and revenue allocations.
So this is an annual item, and you'll see it for our school district also, but this one is for GCED that we are part of as well, that we have to approve their LTFM 10-year plan and the allocation that we put toward that each year. On your document, you'll see the expenditure and revenue sheets for that, and if you have questions, if I can't answer them, Josh will be able to answer for them as well. But we do need to approve this document.
And so does all the other participating districts, correct?
Yes. This has been reviewed by the superintendent.
Any questions for Jeff at all or Josh on this?
It is a resolution.
Yep. If not, I'd look for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Jolynn on the motion. Is that Rondi? Jody.
Jody.
Jody on the second. Clerk, take her away.
Be it resolved by the school board of District Number 252, State of Minnesota as follows. The school board of School District 252 has approved the long-term facility maintenance 10-year plan for the Goodhue County Education District 6051 facilities for 2026 to 2027 school year in the amount of $185,026, of which School District 252's appropriation share is $14,593.54. The various components of this plan are attached. Said budget is hereby approved. I need a yes or no vote. Rondi?
Yes.
Jody?
Yes.
Pete?
Yes.
Clinton?
Yes.
And myself is a yes.
Next up, consideration to approve the resolution approving School District 252 Cannon Falls Area Schools LTFM 10-year plan of expenditure and revenue allocation.
Same concept, but just for our district. The plan has revenues and expenditures also as well for our long-term facilities maintenance plan over the next 10 years. And those things can be changed from year to year, but this is our plan as of right now for the next 10 years.
So the biggest change would be the bond that we just did on that, correct?
For the roof, yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I believe that shows in fiscal '26, that will be spent, it'll be as part of the construction. The legislature did approve, you can do projects like that, the roof projects through LTFM, so there probably will be some discussion administratively. We have one other section of roof that potentially would fit underneath that. I did not put it into this plan because it will be a narrative that would need to be submitted with that as well, and we need to sit down and make sure that that's the direction we want to go. But we're able to update that plan at any time that we would need to, which is in our submission to MDE, but it is complete and accurate as of today.
And that is a resolution also, and I recommend approval of it.
All right, any other questions on that for Jeff or Josh? If not, I would look for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Rondi on the motion.
I'll second.
Pete on the second. Clerk, take her away.
Be it resolved by the school board of District Number 252, State of Minnesota as follows. The school board of School District 252 has approved a long-term facility maintenance 10-year plan for the Cannon Falls Area School District 252 facilities for 2025 to 2035. The various components of this plan are attached. Need a yes or no vote? Rondi?
Yes.
Jody?
Yes.
Pete?
Yes.
Clinton?
Yes.
And myself is yes.
All right, moving on, consideration to approve resolution authoring transfer from general fund to food service fund if applicable.
This is an annual item also, and I can't remember the last time we did this except for maybe my first year.
Prior to COVID.
Yeah, prior to COVID, we've had a positive fund balance in the food service, which is required by state law, and so we haven't needed to transfer any funds into food service, but we still do this every year just in case we need to for the audit.
All right, look for a motion to approve the resolution authoring the transfer from the general fund to food service fund if applicable.
I'm looking motion.
Jolynn on the motion.
I'll second.
Rondi on the second. Clerk, take it away.
Whereas Minnesota Statute 124D.111, subdivision 3 defines the criteria and process for Minnesota School District to transfer funds from the general fund to the food service fund, and whereas the School Board of Independent School District number 252 has determined that a transfer of funds is necessary to eliminate the deficit in the food service fund. Be it hereby resolved by the School Board of Independent School District number 252 to transfer dollars from the general fund to the food service fund. Need a yes or no vote? Rondi?
Yes.
Jody?
Yes.
Pete?
Yes.
Clinton?
Yes.
And myself is yes.
All right, next item is we are going to go into a closed session. We are going to be discussing an insurance update on some roofs. Right after that, we will open it up for one more action item. If you guys, anyone wants to stick around, it'll probably be about 10-minute discussion. Else, I can say that the next board meeting is going to be on August 25th at 6 o'clock, right back here in the boardroom.